Just to check in on the injury situation, how is Nathan Tyson after the other night?
Yeah, he's recovering quite well, to be fair to him. It was just a real. He got a dead leg. He got obviously a blow on the back of the head, and he got a dead leg. And it was a dead leg that he had the problem with. He just couldn't run, but he's responding really well, to be fair. So we'll see how he is tomorrow.
What sort of chances would you put on the weekend for him at the moment?
Quite positive. I think we'll just have a look at him. You know, he's really improved from where he was after the game. He was struggling after the game, but obviously we had a long journey back, so it does stiffen up when you sat on a coach. But I've seen him this morning, and he's done a little bit more work this morning, so he seems quite positive about it. So we'll just see how he is.
Yeah, clearly that would have not helped the game plan on Tuesday night. But having had a chance to have a look back at the game, what are your reflections on the Wilson performance?
What I said after the game, really. We had a good start. Obviously, we scored, and then I thought, you know, we were poor. It's probably the poorest we've been, I think, for a period. And then we were forced to make the change, which changed the shape, which gave us a foothold back into the game. So, yeah, we've obviously been through it this morning. Poor goals to give away. I think they could have been avoided, but you know, we're disappointed with that. But more positive about this, certainly after we made the change in the second half performance. I thought the second half performance we were dominant in the actual game itself. You know, there wasn't much room in that game to play because they hold such a high line. So, but you know, we looked at it this morning. We've had enough chances. So you know, we're just disappointed with the result overall. But you know, we've got to bounce back.
I appreciate you were disappointed with some of the goals that you conceded, and you've been saying, look, this is not like things that we aren't working on. But how frustrating is it to stand on the sidelines? You know, you put clear instructions in, but they're not being carried out.
Well, you're just hoping, you do your own work, and you're hoping that people just do the jobs. And sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. It's lack of concentration, whether it's a lack of, just lack of thought process at that moment. You want to be able to deal with, people in the key moments of games to be able to do what you want them to do and do it well. And we got done with two crosses. We had the centre back playing at a time at right back, which wasn't ideal for him, because we couldn't make the change at the time. But we want to be able to deal with the crosses better than we did, and we accept that, and the players accepted that, and now we've got to move forward.
FA Cup a chance for a reset? Yeah,
it's it gives a little break from the league, but again another tough game, FA Cup's always a important competition. Certainly for myself, I've always enjoyed watching the FA Cup as a kid. I certainly enjoyed playing in it. And it's another big challenge for us.
I mean, I know the prize money is down slightly this year, but given the way things are financially throughout football, how important a competition is it to Chesterfield this year in particular? Well,
it's important to everyone. I think it's important competition for not only finance, but you can get a win. You can be on a good run and change your team in the FA Cup and get beat, and then you end up on a slide. Or you can be on not a great run and then have a good result in an FA Cup, and that can be a kickstart. So we take every game on its merit, whether it's FA Cup, whether it's FA Vars or whatever, or a league game. We want to win the football match. We plan, we prepare to win the football match, and then obviously we'll see how everything pans out. But all the games are important to us, certainly at this moment in time, anyway.
What can you take from that meeting the other week then with Stockport into this one?
That it's going to be a tough game. That it's going to be, again, we've got to try and eliminate the little errors that we've been making. I felt against them, they are a good side. They've got good players. They've got a lot of good players. The weaknesses are very limited. I thought we matched them here. I thought when we got the ball down and we did play some football, we actually caused them problems. I did feel at the time that that was a game I felt we were unlucky. We didn't quite have the rub of the green with that, certainly at the end with the goal. But yeah, it's going to be a really difficult game.
Does it feel like it just needs, a moment to go for you, and then the momentum starts rolling in a season?
Well, that's what happens. That's really what happens. It can happen sometimes. It can go for you or against you. I would like a little bit of luck. I think if you looked at the game the other night with the 2 goals we got disallowed, I've looked at them again, looked at them several times. First one, I don't know, how he can give handball. Would he say he chests it, but the referee's 30, 40 yards behind it and the linesman don't give it. And the second one is one that we have to go for. So there's 2 goals there disallowed. Possibly we could get one of them. Had a little bit more luck or something went for us, we could get one of them. We are working hard. We're scoring goals, we're creating chances. We could do one of them, just getting a little bit of a right decision or a decision to go for us, which would, just make a bit of a difference.
Thanks for your time, John. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Just to the minute, obviously it's not been the start of the season that you would have wanted. I can clearly see that you're frustrated. How do you assess how it's gone, and how are you feeling about the situation at the minute as it stands?
Yeah, I think the frustration's coming from not just the game. The frustration's coming from the whole situation that we've encountered right from the start. And you try to put things in place, and it's almost like there's always something that seems to be a little barrier or catches out or trips us up. I don't want to make any excuses about it because, talking about the pre-season, the pre-season we're down. We're now 5 games into it, so we're okay with it. We've played the 4 at the time informed teams and teams up there. Wealdstone is a game we felt we could win. Wealdstone, we knew it wouldn't be an easy game. We knew that because we saw the game that they played against Wrexham. But what we did, we got to, we had the little spell, a 3-minute spell. We conceded 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then after that, I thought we were all right. The game was, the wonder strike was one of those things. It can go anywhere. It goes in the top corner. That's what happens when things aren't quite going for you. But as regards to frustration, I was frustrated with some of the decisions we've had in games. Frustrated with, little moments how we've been. Regards of, our defending at times, and we had 2 great chances to score. Luke Lawson's had a brilliant chance from a header. Dempsey's had a great chance from another header. So you just want, a little bit, to be better at those moments, which then change games, as you know. But yeah, we're working hard and we're trying to do better.
And where does this rank in terms of how difficult a period this is? I mean, it's early days, of course, but is this a bigger job than perhaps you thought?
No, it's exactly what I thought it would be.
And how do you bounce back from this then now? What can you do to get things going again?
To do what we've been doing, just we haven't been a million miles away in all the games. To do what we've been doing, but do things better. Be better when we've got possession of the ball. Be better in 1v1 situations. Be better with crosses that are going in where we've got to pick up. People are there, but they've just got to do those jobs, and just don't shortcut anything. If you shortcut something, then you can bet your life at this moment in time we will get punished for it. So we just got to keep going, keep plugging away, keep working hard. The players are in good spirits, to be fair to them. The players are all right. They understand where we are. They were disappointed with the result the other night. They've got another opportunity to try and turn that round.
And I know you won't want to give too much away in terms of team news, but can we expect to see some changes on Saturday?
Well, I can make the changes. It's there for us. I've got everybody available at this moment in time. So obviously with the thing of Tice, see how he is. But yeah, everybody's available. So that's the good thing for me when you're on a little bit of a run like we are. Sometimes it's easy for players to take a little bit longer or they're not quite right. We've been there this morning. We've trained hard. We've trained well, and they're ready for the game.
And does Saturday present an opportunity for some players to make a claim for a place in the team who have perhaps not had the game time that they would have perhaps liked at this stage?
Well, it would be if I made the changes. It's an opportunity. If I decided to go and make some changes, then players would have an opportunity to like you're saying, to stake a claim. I rested a couple of players the other day because I felt I had to, because of the long term, with regards of the games we've got. One of them's 35 years of age but really looks after himself. The other one's been out for 12 months. So I would be concerned, I would be upset with myself or annoyed with myself if we didn't look at all the data that we have and we that when there's alarm bells ringing we don't use it. So yes, it's it was ideally I'd like to have carried on, but with this one, at least then we've got that down and they've had their recovery time, and then now we've got everybody to choose from.
And is this FA Cup game a welcome break in terms of not having to think about the league just for a week and at least focus on a different competition?
No, it's not. It's not. Every game's the same for us. The FA Cup, if you don't get a decent result in that, can be damaging. So, every game's important to us, whether it's FA Cup or not. I don't think you get a release from the league. You can win in the FA Cup and go, well, I wish that was a league game, but it's one of those. It's every game on its merit. We understand how important each game is for momentum. We're trying to get some momentum. We're trying to get turn things round and move in a different direction. And sometimes it's an FA Cup game. The pressure on it is an FA Cup game that can kickstart that. So every game's the same. If you lose an FA Cup game, that again, it's another. The people don't look at that as we've lost the FA Cup game. They look at it, we've lost another game. You won't be asking me about you've lost in the FA Cup. You'll be saying to me you've lost another game. So there's no, every game's important to us.
And arguably, you probably couldn't have got a tougher draw than Stockport away at this stage of the competition, really. So as you say, it's not really, going for you at the minute.
No, well, no. It's not. Listen, it can be one or two, can it? It can be a good one to have a turnaround, or you look at the game that we had against Stockport here. It's also a difficult game for them. So yeah, which dressing room at the moment has got the best morale in it? Then you would arguably say there is because of the run they're on. The squad they could make changes. You looked at the subs they brought on. Even the subs they brought on would get in most teams in this league. So they have got a good squad. They're sitting in a really good position as regards of games where they are this season, and obviously with personnel that they can use. But it's a difficult game, and I think we've got this other one. We could get a team in a lower division and have more pressure on us. So I just think that the games are games. We've been drawn against it, and we've got to take it on its merits.
Cheers, John, and good luck on Saturday.
Cheers, Liam.
Well, John, you'd be forgiven having things of deja vu or Groundhog Day even, wouldn't you, with an unwanted result on Tuesday and Stockport on Saturday?
Yeah, but that's just that that's what we've had. It's again, we've been over the Wealdstone game. It's it wasn't an ideal result for us. But the Stockport game, we obviously played them, so we know what they are, and we know we're in for a really tough game.
I must say, I've not seen so many disallowed goals in one match for quite a long time.
No, I know, and we found it a little bit puzzling as well. But that, again, that's kind of where we are at this moment in time.
And it must have been quite frustrating for you to have devised your match plan and then have Tice off almost straight away.
Yes, it was. It hurt us a little bit, because we knew what they were, we knew what how they play, and that's why I decided to start Tice, and I think it proved why. After I think 3 minutes, with a high line, and we know what we're doing with it, and we get in, which we knew we would. But then for him to go off, just we had to change what we're doing. I can only have 5 subs. I've got to gamble a little bit with the substitutions, what we put on the bench. I think on Saturday's different because we can have 7, so that'll be a bit more of a bonus for us because we'll have a little bit more variety on the bench. But yeah, it wasn't a good start for us losing Tice so early on.
I know a lot of people, spectators, a lot of people will be grumbling about where we are at the moment. But I always think it takes at least 10 games in a season for sides to settle and find their way. Would you agree with that sort of assessment?
Well, I would agree with it. Yes, I can't help people grumbling at the moment because, quite rightly so, we haven't had the start that we wanted. So I accept that. They're entitled to do that. What we got to do is trying to turn that round. But yes, we're probably halfway where I'd like us to be regards of games. We talk about 10 games, but. We have played some good sides in those 5 games we've had. So we have got to take positives from where we can. We know what our improvements are, but as regards of the fans not being happy about where we are, then quite rightly so, because we're 3rd from bottom. So I don't blame them.
There's been welcome news this week that Chesterfield's going to receive £95,000 a month, and it sounds like a lot of money, but when you think of the running costs of a club, it probably isn't as much as you'd like. Would that perhaps go towards any extra players that you might feel you need in the coming weeks?
Well, I think you'd have to ask Mike and John that. That's not a question for me. I don't know what the running costs are of the whole football club, so that's a question you probably have to ask them.
We've got a good cup run, of course, is welcome financially, but perhaps it's more for morale. But do you think it's a distraction?
No, I don't think it's a distraction. I think it's we want, when you lose a game, you want the other one, next one, to come thick and fast. They have been doing that. We're playing Saturday, Tuesday. That we could have had a free week the last week, other than obviously had to have the rearranged game against Wealdstone. I think sometimes having the free week does give you a chance to just regroup and just assess where we are and give people chance to recover from whether they've got a few knocks or just fatigue. But when it's also nice when you don't get the results you get to keep kicking on, and you don't want to be dwelling on too long if you're on the back end of a defeat. So the game, all the games, I think the FA Cup, you can't call the FA Cup an hindrance. It's something that's, I think, it's important to a lot of people. Certainly as a player, it was important to me. Certainly as a coach and a manager, I've always enjoyed the FA Cup, and I think the players are looking forward to playing in it.
Do you think that having played Stockport last Saturday, do you think there's any advantage in that perhaps you know them a little bit better than you did before? Well,
I think a bit of both. They obviously have seen us now. We obviously see what they are. We know they're a good side. They know that we give them a game. And it's just sometimes they can cancel each other out. We'll just have to see on the day how. I think it's about how you equip yourself to the game. We know what we're going into. The players know what they're going into. They know what the players are. They know what the strengths and weaknesses are of what they've played against. It's up to them to use that knowledge and that experience that they've had a week ago, and do a better job at times than they did, and do as good a job when we had our really good periods against them, to understand what that was, and that's what obviously we've been looking at this week.
And of course, it is the FA Cup, and things often change, and there are great results which are unexpected.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. You know, I think that's what everybody loves about the FA Cup, is that anyone can lose a game in the FA Cup, no matter where you are. You know, a one-off game's a one-off game, and you can have that luck. You can have something go for you. You can have a referee's decision. You know, you could get a man sent off. It's one of those. That's the beauty of the cup. But everybody loves an underdog. Everybody loves a giant kill. You know, it's a good talking point for everybody, and we're no different. You know, I think that's the beauty of it.